Yo, what is good? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. It's your girl, Alana Greene. Listen, I cannot wait to share this story with you guys. Oh my God, the shit I had to deal with the other night at work was unreal, and I can't wait to share the story because it's just like, man, there are some people that are like insane actually on this planet right now. Like, you know, there are some people walking around that are so unstable that like the littlest thing sets them off. And it's to the point, actually, like, I'm gonna be real for a second, where like you really have to watch today with people because people are insane. Like, oh, that reminded me of another story I'm gonna tell you guys at some point that's actually insane too. But this one here, okay, the other night at work, I'm at a facility I'm at all the time. Okay, and I had a super busy night. Like, I had a bunch of stuff going on. I had residents that were throwing up. I had like literally I was running my ass off. Okay, I got there at 11. I did not sit down like at all until probably around 3 a.m. okay, to even look at anything. Like, it was a really rough night. Okay, we were down an aide on the halls. So I have two carts. I have two carts and I have 48 residents between these two carts, okay? We're supposed to have 3 aides and we only had 2. So we're already down an aide and my aides are already like not having a great night, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to help out as much as I can, but I'm having a hell of a night. I had like 2 new admits on the hall that had just got there recently. So like, that's important. I had a whole bunch of shit going on, right? Now, the whole shift goes by, everything goes by great. The aides had came to me like a couple times and were complaining about the supervisor being rude to them, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying it much mind because I was so busy and because everything was okay. Like, they were really just like talking, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't really like an issue or like something going on to where like I needed to address it or help them, you know, so I was just listening to them talk. Well, so like 6:24 exactly, time on the clock is 6:24. This lady appears behind me out of nowhere and she drops down like 6 narcotics on my cart. Okay, now mind you, I am in the middle of a very heavy med pass. I'm in the middle of 900 things to be exact. And this lady is behind me dropping down narcotics onto my cart. Now, I have 2 carts, okay? So she drops down a heap, there were 6 of them, with 6 sheets of paper, the narcotic sheets, on the cart in front of me. And I have a bunch of things out. And I look, and I'm obviously confused because, first of all, I don't even know who the F you are. I have no idea who you are right now. I have not seen this lady the entire shift, right? Didn't see her the entire shift. Like, I don't even know who you are. Who are you, okay? Well, how nice of you to finally come over and make your appearance, you know what I mean? But anyway, so drops these narcotics down in front of me and I'm confused. So I look at her confused and I say, what's going on? What are these? She says, I need you to sign right here. Okay, so I go through the sheets and I sign them. And mind you, now if I would have just took a second to look at what, I didn't look at the names, okay? I thought she was the nurse on the other hall who was signing in her narcotics, and she was coming to ask me for the second signature. That's what I thought was going on because, one, like I said, I did not know who this woman was. Second of all, it's 6:24. Like, why are you coming here when I'm done at 7 and I'm trying to tie up 900 loose ends and you're dropping these off at 6:24 a.m. when you didn't even bother to separate them between carts? Now you're dropping a whole bunch of narcotics on one. I can't. So I figured it was the nurse down the hall, right? Needing my signature. I did not know that this was the supervisor at the time that we were having this conversation. So I say, what is this? I need you to sign right here, she says. Okay, so I go and I sign, and she's looking at me, and I look back at her, and I said, what are these? She says, they're yours. I said, oh, okay. And I was clearly confused, and I was like, usually I just sign them in myself. Meaning, you get your shipment of narcotics and regular pills and any type of treatment supplies that you might need, like halfway through your shift, okay? And most places, you will receive your meds and you'll leave them lay at your desk, or you'll let them be where they're at. You'll lock up the narcotics until you open them. But you will keep things where they're at until you have the moment to sign them in yourself. And then that's when you go get a second nurse, you get the signature, and you know, they're signing in with you that you're putting those narcotics, that amount, in the drawer. That's what I thought was happening when she was standing there, right? Because I'd never had a supervisor come and do this. No big deal, but like it would account for my confusion, right? And I'm a very like wear my emotions on my face type of person. So when I'm confused, I look like this. Like I'm confused. I probably look disgusted, right? But whatever. Like it's just I wear my expressions on my face, and that is what it is, okay? So this is how the conversation went. I said, "Oh, okay, no problem. Usually I sign them in myself." That was that, and she walked away. She literally did not say anything at all. She walked away. So I'm like, all right, I had to like stop what I was doing, which if you're a nurse, you know, you have 900 things going through your mind. Like my shift's over at 7 and it's 6:24. I have literally, you know what I mean? And now I have to stop what I'm doing to make sure that I separate these narcotics correctly. Now I got to put these into 2 separate narcotic books, 2 separate narcotic drawers. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, let me do this real fast. I do it, okay? Now, as I'm finishing putting the narcotics in the drawer, I feel somebody come up behind me, right? Get ready for this. I literally turn around and this lady's standing there with her finger like this, and she's saying, "You know what?" And she was like, she's black, but she was foreign. So like, I don't even know like what type of accent this lady had, to be completely honest with you. She was an agency nurse. She puts her finger up and she goes, "You know what?" She's like, "You're rude and obnoxious." And my face, like I literally thought she was kidding. Like I thought she was kidding, right? And I started laughing because I thought maybe she had heard me say something. Like I literally in that moment had no idea what this lady was talking about. I'm like, oh, she gotta be kidding, right? "You're rude. You're obnoxious." I go, ha. I see that she's not kidding. I look at my aides. They're looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is she kidding, right? Like, in that moment, my whole, like, everything clicks inside of my head. I'm like, this lady is a bitch and she is psychotic. No wonder they've been complaining about her. But then I'm like, and then I'm like back in that moment, right? I'm standing there and I'm like, what do you mean? She responds back to me, "Huh. Are those the only words you know? You don't know what you're doing." I said, what? Like, I'm so confused at this point that, like, I literally don't know what this lady's talking about. So I'm like, what do you mean I don't know what I'm doing? Like, what are you talking about? And she starts walking down the hallway. She goes, as she's walking down the hallway, "I'm your RN supervisor. You're working under me and my license. I never would allow you to sign those in by yourself. You don't know what you're doing." She repeated that. I'm thinking to myself, and this is what I said. I said, "I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just now seeing you at 6:24 at the end of my shift. You're right." And then I said, "Can you explain to me what your problem is?" And then she didn't answer, and I said, "Good talk." So she continues down the hallway, and I'm standing there. I turn to my aides, and they're losing it. They're like, what in the actual just happened? I'm like, did that just happen? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what was that? And they were like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know either. The one aide says to me, "Elena, do you know her from another facility?" And I stopped and I, like, you know when you have like a mental, like, you know the facility that I talked about where the girls would try to fight with me for keeping the lights on and I'd have issues with people and there was like a nurse that tried to put their hands on me? I am 90% sure that like this nurse either knows them or like, do you know what I mean? Like, I had to have seen her at that facility. Either way, this lady, I must have bothered this lady so bad at some point, somewhere. And here's the thing that's funny about this. Later, so she walks down the hall. I'm standing there, I'm shaking, right? See, I get so mad that I have to walk away because, girl, you already know. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I had to walk away because I'm like, you know what? I really like being a nurse. I really like having this nursing license and I really don't want to do anything right now to lose it. Do you know what I mean? I started feeling the crazy creep up. So I had to put her back in and I said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So I go to the bathroom and as I'm coming back from the bathroom, she's walking down the hall and I'm like, right? Because I'm just like, I don't want any confrontation. Like, I will lose it on you. I will spaz out on you. I will open-handed smack you right across the face. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I'll blacken your eye. Like, I was so irritated that this lady just had this emotional outburst on me for literally no reason at all. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I have facilities beg me to come to their facilities. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing, bitch. So much to the point where I'm probably making you feel some type of way as an RN supervisor when you're reading my notes, not knowing what the hell I'm saying because you don't even know what you're doing, right? So I'm like, oh, Lena, here she comes. So I'm dead ass. I'm gonna look you right in the eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, absolutely not. So I'm looking her right in the eye. And I just kind of like look at her and I'm like, do you want to talk about what your problem is? Like, as an adult, do you want to talk about it? She said nothing again. And I said, you know what? You need to grow up. She says to me, look at the way you walk. That was her exact response. I swear to God, that's how the conversation went. In that moment, I realized, oh my God, this lady is a jealous, hateful demon. Look at the way I walk. You're bothered by the way I walk? Oh, good Lord. I'm just going to stop what I'm doing right now and say a prayer for you. You're bothered by the way I walk. Girl, you know I be throwing these hips around in them hokas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how I walk. I walk like I got confidence because I do. And you know the thing about that is when you have confidence also, you recognize that as power move. You don't recognize that as something you're going to make fun of someone for. When I see women walking like that with that air of confidence, I'm like, yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. I love it. I love to see it because that's confidence. That's self-love. That's power. That's sure spokenness. That's what you need. Okay. So I'm like, this lady is so bothered by the way I walk, telling me I don't know what I'm doing. Look at the way you walk. Oh God, jealousy is a disease, And I don't even remember having not a single interaction with this woman. I don't remember her at all. I literally don't know her. But listen though, at the end of my shift, that was the devil trying me. Okay, let me tell you something. I had to call on the angels to regain composure. I swear to you, I was so irritated that this lady had the audacity to try me like that at 6:24 a.m. when I'm finishing my shift. Like, I am a great nurse. I know exactly what I'm doing. And I work so hard to the point where sometimes like I have to just like forgive myself on the way home for the things that I didn't get to, the things that I wanted to do during my shift that like, you know, as you progress through life, through your journey, especially if you are a Christian, a true chosen Christian, you are going to come under attack from people who are simply bothered by the way you carry yourself. They are bothered by the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you act. Everything bothers people sometimes. The certain people, these disgusting demons that like literally need prayed for. Like, I pray for you, girl. You know what I mean? You are inflicted with demons. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being so hateful towards someone that you are bothered by the way they walk. Now, we all have had moments where you might look at someone if they're walking some type of way, like if they're an asshole, and you might chuckle to yourself, like, look at them walk. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, never do you see someone who just walks uprightly. It's just wild. It's just absolutely wild. This lady freaked out on me for no reason whatsoever because I asked her why she was laying narcotics in front of me. And then I asked her, you know, I simply said, I was like, oh, usually I just sign them in myself. Like, it wasn't like, when she walked away, I didn't even register it as like a weird conversation. Do you know what I mean? So when she came back up on me with the, you know, finger in my face, this, that, and the other, I was like, this lady's kidding. Like, she's got to be telling some weird joke right now. Or maybe she heard me saying something and she thought like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But like, I'm the type of nurse, like, you're not going to talk S on residents in front of me. Like, we're not going to make fun of people. We're not doing any of that. Like, that ain't me, sis. You know what I mean? So I'm rude. I'm obnoxious because I asked you why you were putting narcotics in front of me, and then said that usually I sign them in myself, and that made you feel some type of way, like maybe I was coming at you like you don't know how to do your job as an RN. Made you feel insecure. So you're gonna come at me on a power move trip to make me feel small because you already feel small, but you gotta pretend like you don't? Yikes. Ooh-wee. Damn, it sucks to be them, don't it? It sucks to be them. I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I needed to share that story though, because I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell them about that one, because that was absurd. I wish y'all could have seen it. I wish you could have been standing there. I really do. Like, my face was every bit of, what are you talking about? Like, I was just, imagine you're mad at someone for no reason at all, and they look at you and just laugh at you because they're downright confused by you. Like, yeah. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I'm either gonna post this, what time is it? I'm gonna post this Sunday night. I think I'm gonna post this now, and then you may watch it on Monday. But I hope that you had a great weekend, and I hope that you have a great start to your week. Wake up Monday morning, wake up today, or whatever day it is, and tell yourself that today is gonna be a great day, and that you are going to have revelations and breakthroughs and opportunities come to you today, and your life is going to change today, and God is going to reveal himself to you today. And, you know, speak your day into existence. Drink water, move your body, get out there, take a walk, go look at the fall trees changing, look at the flowers, and just enjoy what God has for you. There's so much beauty around us that people just choose not to see, and I get it. We're all just so busy and like with our jobs and life and kids and that, but take time to slow down and look at all the like really beautiful little blessings that surround you, because when you start to see them, they multiply. So have a beautiful week. I will see you guys soon. I love you. Peace and love. Keep your head up when people come against you for no reason at all. If your confidence bothers people, keep doing you. If who you are bothers people, well, there's a reason you make people feel small. There's a reason you make people feel insecure. And keep going, baby. Keep going, baby. I love you. Stay strong. Peace and love, baby.